Start out this show by welcoming you to the gun show. Alright, stop laughing. Today, I'm going to have a little snack here. Some Ritz crackers. And some Armor Treat. Oops. Lucky dog. I haven't had anything to drink yet. Alright, you saw my review on the Yuengling Black and Tan, but what I found out was there's actually where it comes from is a drink called Black and Tan, and it's made with Bass Ale and original Guinness Draft. And the way you make Black and Tan is first you'll pour half a glass of the Bass Ale, and go Bass Ale, and I'll put up the alcohol content of the Bass Ale. Imported Pale Ale, world's first Pale Ale, Bass and Company, England. Originally brewed in 1777 by William Bass Brewers Limited, Burton, Trent, England. This fine imported pale ale has been brewed in the Great British tradition using the finest two-row malted barley. And how much is in here? I don't know. Doesn't say what the whatever. Oh, 355 milliliters, which is strange because they're usually 333 milliliters. Alright, and of course, Guinness, brewed in Dublin, pasteurized stout. Now, I've had actual Guinness in Ireland, and it's not a bitter beer, and I was told it tastes different there because they use nitrogen instead of carbon dioxide. That's what I was told. I'm no expert. I just know it wasn't a bitter beer. So if this is bitter, it's not what I know it can be directly from Ireland. So let's get started. Got my official Homer Simpson beer bottle opener. Let me just taste this by itself. Yes! Oh yes! Woohoo! Smells like any other beer, really. Nothing special. Nothing spectacular. I'll let you see it. Of course, in my official Coca-Cola beer glass. It is a darker beer. It's a blonde. It's not not light like a Budweiser or anything like that, but it's got some good hearty color to it. Really good full-bodied beer. I like it. It's not bitter, and it's not sweet. Just the right amount of flavor, I guess, beer flavor if you like beer. I'm gonna drink this whole thing. But Bass Ale, it's good all by itself. Alright, so there you go. A little bit more. Now, what I was told was if you pour it over an upside down spoon to keep it, I guess, from mixing, the two different beers would actually separate. And of course, when you take a drink, it'll all mix. But I think that's just kind of a trick in the bar to make it look cool when they serve it to you. I was going to, but I didn't look up black and tan, making black and tan on YouTube. So here's, I guess, my rendition of black and tan. Alright, Homer. Alright, let me aim the camera down so you can see this. Yeah, I'll take a swig here. Yeah, it's not as smooth as I remember it, but it's not bitter either. It's not a bad beer. It smells harsher than it tastes. It's got I wouldn't say a licorice smell, but that's as close as I can define it. All right, here goes. So yeah, you can kind of see it. The two, well, it's kind of hard to see. Let me turn the camera around to the light here. You can see it with the light in the background there. Let me see here. Can you see that? You see the top is dark and the bottom's light. Kind of hard there. Yeah, there you go. So it's got the same amount of lighting on it. So the top is darker than the bottom. It's not an exact separation, but it's kind of cool. So that's the black and tan. Alright. If it tastes anything like the Yuengling black and tan, it's definitely a winner. So here goes. It's got a little bitterness to it. Maybe that's the bitterness that's coming out of the Guinness. Not much smell to it. It's pretty good. It's one way to make black and tan if you can't get some Yuengling, you know. Of course, that's probably pretty homogeneous stuff. Let me try to mix it. I think I'm getting more Guinness than anything else right now. So, mix it around a little bit. Now it's all one color. Pretty good. I can't say as I remembered the black and tan flavor so much, but this is good. This is pretty good. Yeah, I wouldn't say disappointed, but the Guinness I had in Ireland is actually definitely a lot smoother. It's creamier and not as bitter. But this stuff isn't bad. How would I describe the flavor? It's got a little bitterness to it now, kind of a bitter aftertaste. When all the beer, when you've swallowed all the beer, you can kind of taste it in the back of your tongue, just a hint of bitterness, but it's got a good hearty beer flavor, if you know what I mean. If you think about, say, like a Coors Light or a Bud Light or something, it almost borders on like seltzer water. whereas say a heavier beer, like a full-bodied, oh gosh, what would I describe? Like a Sam Adams. If you drink like a, not Sam Adams Light or anything, like a full Sam Adams, full flavored Sam Adams, that would be like the other extreme of flavor. And I'm not comparing the taste of Sam Adams. I'm just saying the flavorness, the full flavoredness of a Sam Adams versus the light flavored or the lack of flavor from a Bud Light or a Coors Light. This has the very heavy flavor of, say, something like a Sam Adams Boston Lager. But of course, Guinness is a draft and Bass is an ale. And I'm not a beer expert, albeit I have tasted a lot of beer, but I don't know what the difference is between an ale and a beer and a lager, but it's all good. And it actually tastes a little better after you let it sit for a couple of minutes. Let's try it out with some food. If you consider Armor Treats food. Not so much. It could be just what I'm eating, but the saltiness really doesn't complement the bitterness. It actually almost makes the bitterness worse. So maybe if I ate, I don't know, crackers are kind of salty, but they are, I mean, they're Ritz crackers, so they are a little bit buttery and sweet. It's a little bit better. I still taste the bitterness in the back of my throat. It's okay. I'm kind of on the fence whether I like this better than the pre-mixed Yuengling Black and Tan. You're probably better off buying the Yuengling Black and Tan, in my opinion, if you can find it. Because I know that's good. This, because of the Guinness not being what it is in actual Ireland, it's a little more bitter than the Yuengling Black and Tan, but it's still good if you can't find the Yuengling where you're at. To give you the Black and Tan experience. So let me finish what I poured out, and then I'll actually come back, and I've got another review. I have to save this Guinness because there's actually another beer, another mix that you can do with the Guinness. So stick around.